Hello, guys. Welcome to the May team meeting. I feel like it's been a while since we've been on here. We're gonna go ahead and start out with some shout outs from April. So if you are new, you will see that our banner in Simply Grace and Grit has the top producers. That is something that we update, or I update every month, so y'all can see who is producing, who is paid at title, who has top sales with PRV, active frontline, all of that. That is just our team. I've gotten a few questions about it lately, so I just wanted to go over that. That is once you promote to a director, you become your own team, and that you're literally taken from my numbers on the dashboard. And I'm left with everyone who's still in our team that's not a director. So you won't see other directors' names on there. That is strictly for if I am your director. So top 10 April, number 1, Tara Dickerson. Number 2, Jennifer Peterson. Number 3, Sarah Hamilton. Number 4, Shelly Salazar. Number 5, Jessica Meeks. 6, Stephanie Schroeder. 7, Meredith McCowan. 8, Amber Parker. 9, Heather Myers. And 10, Ashley Crabtree. And that is about out of a little bit over 300 people. So that's pretty incredible. If you're up there, be proud of yourselves. Paid at title last month, Jennifer Palmer and Jennifer Peterson and Karen Norris as star and Amber Parker as lead, because Amber Parker also promoted to lead consultant last month. So congratulations to her. Most active frontline, we have Sarah Wilson with 5, Tara Dickerson with 5, Jennifer Palmer with 4, and Jennifer Peterson with 4. Go. What is it? Huh? Okay, go. All right. We got tattletelling going on. Go. All right, so here are your, go ahead, go. Here are your announcements. I understand that. SFR registration is closed. So that was closed and then reopened because Canada actually opened their borders, which is exciting. So they reopened that for a few days to hopefully get some of our Canadians on over, and that closed on Sunday. If you're going to that, we do have a group for Simply Grace and Grit and Wildflower Warriors squads for people who are attending in person. That is so we can get together. That way we can talk about when we get there. We will have a room at some point together where we'll all get just have a time to be in one place at the same time. And it's also to share up leading to the event. So if you are registered, make sure you're in there. The other thing I want to talk about for announcements is the incentive. So we are so far in 2 parts of our incentive with Cincy. This is something that Cincy does that they don't have to do, but it helps us on what we should be focusing on in our business. So the first part, there's not different levels, there's parts. So the first part of the incentive actually started in February and we'll go to, I'm sorry, the first part actually started in January because it was enroll two new frontlines between January 1 and July 31, and have those people promote to certified between February 1 and July 31. So this is an ongoing part of the incentive. If you haven't, hold on a minute. There, I'm just emptying the dishwasher, and that's not gonna be good. If you have not earned the first part of the incentive, that's totally fine. You could literally sponsor 2 people this month and they hit certified by the end of July and earn the first part of the incentive. Can you please let her out? I am so sorry, but this is just what y'all are gonna get tonight. Can you tell that Eric is gone? Outside. Go outside. No, Poppy. No, ma'am. Go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so if you haven't earned this incentive, I personally haven't earned it yet. I have sponsored quite a bit of people, but they haven't gotten certified yet. Don't get down on yourself, okay? It is not too late to do this, and you literally have until the end of July to do it, but I would say the sooner the better. The second part of the incentive, and I'm personally going to talk about this a little bit tonight, but it's focus on your club. This is also actually something that they talked to us about at SSD Summit for many reasons. But for the incentive, you need to personally enroll 3 Scentsy Club subscribers between April 1 and May 31st. So we have until the end of this month to subscribe them, but they have to run their club by June 30th. And that is a little bit confusing. So if they sign up this month, fine and dandy, but it has to run by the end of next month to qualify. The other part of that is that it has to be $50. That's before discounts. I'm sorry, that's after discounts and before shipping and tax. So it is a little bit confusing. If you are offering a personal special, which I'll talk about in a little bit, make sure or just ask your people, hey, screenshot me your order before you hit submit to make sure that you qualify for it, because it can be confusing. And I would hate for someone to be like, oh, I want to get the special and think they're doing it and they actually didn't. But with the first incentive, you get a prize. With the second part of the incentive, you get a prize. And with the third part of the incentive, you get a prize. And if you earn all 3, you get a master prize. So again, if you haven't earned it yet, that's totally fine. You literally have the rest of this month to get 3 new club subscribers that you personally enroll. You as a consultant are not eligible, but referrals are. So that is something that should be one of your main focuses this month for many reasons. Okay, I don't want to go too far into that. As far as announcements, that is all I had. Just a reminder that Simply Grace and Grit is a place for all of us to share. I know y'all are probably sick of hearing that. But there is power in sharing. So make sure that if you haven't shared this week, just share how you're working or maybe what you're struggling with. If you're struggling, something that worked, if it worked, and just know that that team page is there for y'all. So for tonight, I have asked Jennifer Peterson, which you will notice she was in all across the board on shout outs in April, which she usually is, to come and speak to us tonight. And she is going to share what's working in her business. Now, I want to start this by saying Jennifer came in guns a-blazing. The first time I asked her to go live, I'm pretty sure she laughed on the other end and she was like, yeah, that's not happening. So she has grown a lot in this business, not just number wise, because we know she's a badass in that, but also in her the personal side of her business. So if y'all would show her some love, I'm going to go ahead and just pass it on over to her. And I'm going to spotlight you. So give me 1 minute. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Awesome.
Hi, guys. I'm over here and trying not to vomit. No, I do my lives with my VIP group, but you know, it's a little bit different than all of you who know what you're doing. So yeah, so Whit asked me to talk a little bit about what's been working with my business. And I actually had to sit down and write it down because for me, it's just like at this point, rinse and repeat. Hey, Brett. So you'll see me, I'm looking down, I have notes. I wrote down notes, otherwise I'm just gonna be all over the place. I guess when it comes down to it, I reach out to my customers in 5 different ways. I reach out to them via email, I reach out to them via socials, mail, phone, and in person. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about each of those things. Probably not too long because it's scary. But we'll start with Facebook socials. I'm 42 years old. I'm too old to learn new social media, so TikTok, not a thing for me. I have an Instagram. A younger friend of mine set up my Instagram. I don't really use Instagram. I'll respond to it, but I'm a Facebook person. I'm that generation. So I have a VIP group on thanks for the acknowledgement that there are people that are older than me, but I can't do it. Anyway, so I have a VIP group on Facebook, and I post in my VIP group every single day. And how do I do that? How do I have time to do that? Bizly. Bizly is my friend. If you guys don't use Bizly and you have questions about Bizly, please ask. I'm no expert on Bizly by any means, but I'm be happy to help you guys get started on it because it does make a big deal. Yeah, consistency for sure. Every single day I post a warmer of the day. I also post the scent of the day. So this is getting exposure to the catalog, stuff that is available to us all season long that maybe doesn't get highlighted. A lot of us focus on our LTOs, and those are hit or miss. Some people love our LTOs and some people don't. So I want to focus on the bread and butter of our company, the catalog. So every single day I put out a scent, and every single day I put out a warmer. And my customers have really responded to that. A lot of them were like, "Oh, I want that warmer." Or, "Oh, hey, I didn't even know that that warmer existed." Or, "Oh, that scent sounds like it would smell good." And I've seen orders change significantly since I've started focusing on warmer of the day and scent of the day. In addition to that, I do from Monday through Friday, I do question of the day. And question of the day generally is not about Scentsy. People like to talk about themselves. I don't usually, but people like to talk about themselves. So I throw up random questions. Like yesterday's was actually a big hit. It was a poster I had, and I'll share it with you guys if you want it. I stole it from another group I'm in. Which one of these candies is the worst candy? And so many people had opinions on that. I was like, who doesn't like peanut butter cups? I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Like things like that. But yeah, I told my customers when I started this, I want to know you outside of just being my customer. I want to know, like, tell me about you. Tell me what type of music you like, what kind of movies you like. Exactly. Trying to make it fun. So that it's not all about the sale. It's about me wanting to build that relationship. And you know what? Everything I'm going to say to you guys right now, by the way, I want to preface this a little bit. Is stuff you've probably heard 50 million times before. And why have you heard it 50 million times before? It works. So there's that. So yeah, so that would be my Facebook. Also, once a month on Facebook, I always do an end of the month order, and I offer for my local customers that free shipping. Like obviously not posting free shipping. I say save on shipping. I get in on my local order, and that ends up getting me a nice little boost at the end of the month every month because people do want to save that $10. And you know, I'm spending the $10 anyway, so why not offer it to my local customers to get in on that? So the second way that I reach out to them is Happy Mail. Do you have a schedule for your regular Facebook page? Yeah. What do you mean? Like, do I have Visly posting it every single day for the warmer and the scent of the day? Is that what you meant, Steph? My personal page? Now, my personal page, I'm trying my best on my personal page to not be all sensified, if that's a word. My personal page, I will randomly share things from my private page. I actually made my VIP page private because I was seeing people who I don't know that are also Scentsy consultants that are not connected to us in any sort of way, taking things from my posts. And not that I have no problems with anybody on the team sharing it, but people were like taking stuff and using it and questioning me of whether or not things were in compliance. And of course, you know, yeah, I know I'm no compliance expert, but I made sure that when I post things that it's in compliance. And I was like, whoa, I don't need a little tattletale on my page. So I made it private. So it's just for my customers. I didn't want just like random people showing up on it. But I do also have my teammates on my page because I share my stuff with my teammates. Because if they want to use it, why not? Why reinvent the wheel? Share away. But people I'm not familiar with, I don't want them on my page. So that was a little squirrel moment. Sorry. The second way that I interact with them is via mail. So Happy Mail and VIP Mail. Those are two different things for me. Once a month, I do subscribe to Scent of the Month. Often it's Scent and Warmer of the Month. Occasionally there's a warmer I don't want to necessarily get stuck with, so I downgrade. But most of the time I get Scent and Warmer of the Month. And Happy Mail goes out with Scent of the Month in it, and usually one other thing. So like this last month, I put in the Sweet and Sassy from Tinkerbell. Um, I'm sending out felt samples all year long, even when it's cooler out, just because it's cheaper for me to mail it. I'm mailing it up to 50 people. Sometimes a little bit less, but up to 50 people. So I try to keep that as economical as possible. Anybody who's ordered in the current month will usually get something additional. Like this past month, I actually did flower seeds, and I said I put a sticker on it. I posted it on the page, but thank you for picking me as your Scentsy consultant. That actually got me quite a few sales, and I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. I was doing Scent Circle every month, but I figured I wanted to switch it up and try something different. So the flower seeds tended to be a big hit, so that was kind of cool. So it's the second way I'm reaching out. So on my Happy Mail, if I do not use a Scent Circle in it, then yes, single stamp. My postal service around here has gotten a little finicky, and they will send me back stacks of mail. Mainly because actually the postal lady here doesn't like Scentsy. She's ridiculous. She sees the word Scentsy and thinks, I can't breathe. And I'm like, girlfriend, that's a warmer. There's no scent. But anyway, so yeah, so I've taken to using the non-machinable stamps, the pretty butterfly stamps. If there's a Scent Circle, it gets that. If it's the thicker felt too, I'm going to tell you that too. Wait. If it's the thicker felt too, I also use the butterfly stamp, because the thicker felt goes at non-machinable. It doesn't pass through. So the difference for my Happy Mail and my VIP Mail, Happy Mail is just for people who order. VIP Mail is for my club members. That's just what I call it. So my VIPs get a themed package. That would be my club members. I had, depending on the month, I have anywhere from 4 to 6 club packages go out. And the VIP packages are usually done within the first week of the month, unless my life is a hot mess, which it sometimes is. And then it goes out in the second week. No problem. And that has a themed package. So I theme it around whatever the scent of the month is. So like this month is Aloha Orchid. I bought them leis, little hair clips that are the plumeria flowers. Got those little water bottle stickers that are Hawaiian. And I'm probably going to put little pouches of the Hawaiian punch that you put in the water. Yeah, I try to keep it fun. So that's this month's package, and that goes to my VIPs, and they get full-size samples. So I either make them into shapes or give them cubes of the scent of the month. Occasionally, I give them a bar of the scent of the month, depending on how much other stuff is in it. But I want them to know that I appreciate that consistent PRV from them. And so they get that extra little bonus package. The third way I interact with people is in person, by doing events or parties. Unfortunately, not too many people are wanting to do the in-home parties. I prefer the in-home parties. I actually like them way better than the Facebook ones, because I feel like if you're going to be at a party, you're there for a reason, versus like people who just scroll through the Facebook parties. But I'm a huge event person. I do 3 to 4 events a month usually. And that ends up translating into a party for me, because I go through my stock, I end up buying more stuff to replace it, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, in person, it's more fun. Yeah, events are great. You're interacting with people. I was going to give you guys this example. So I met another vendor. I talk with other vendors. That's important. Networking. You could have an event and not sell anything, which would suck. But if you make those relationships with other vendors, that's what's going to end up building your business more. I had a vendor today buy the entire Beauty and the Beast collection from me. And she sells a product called Origami Owl, which is jewelry and stuff. Yeah, see, there you go. So other vendors, and it was like, whoo, yay, thank you. Looks like you had a good weekend of sales. So that gets me customers. Also, customers at events, like they'll be like, oh, you don't have, for whatever reason, coconut lemongrass is huge right now. I don't understand why. Coconut lemongrass is huge right now. And oh, sorry guys, hold on a second. My daughter's trying to get into my car here. Hold on a second. Anna, mommy's doing a training right now, so I can't have you out here, okay? Okay, thank you for the water. I appreciate that.
It's lemon.
Thank you. Okay, close the door now. Thank you. Oh, sweet Jesus. Sorry, guys. We all got this going on. My husband's in the house. My sons are in the house, but my 6-year-old has to come outside. It is. It is real. And the only reason why I'm outside is because this is the only quiet spot that I have. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Okay, so where was I? Squirrel again. Oh, events. Um, so if the people are so into coconut lemongrass right now, if I don't have it in stock, I'm about to do an order. I know I'm going to do an order after an event anyway. I get the people's information and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to call you and let you know when it comes in, and then we'll meet up. And that gets me not only the people's contact information, but it gets me another sale. People appreciate you going out of your way for them. So events are doing that for me as well. I've had a couple of people lately kind of show that they might want to join Sensi. Thus far, I'm slacking on the sponsoring. That's where I really need to focus. So I'm hoping that from events or something that will occur. My online parties are not doing so wonderfully right now. I don't know if it's something I'm doing or if it's just the nature of the beast at this moment, but that's another way though that I interact with people is in person. Another way that I interact with people is my weekly email. So not everybody's on social. Some people don't like Facebook. Some people are too young for Facebook. Some people are too old for Facebook and prefer to do things through the email. I do a weekly email. I try to highlight the stuff that's coming out the week after. And I throw in my specials like Whitney was talking about. I was just watching Whitney's training before this, so it's fresh in my mind. I put my specials in there as well as to like, hey, I'm going to give you a free minifan or something if you make a club, or if you do, I don't know, whatever. If you host a party, I'm going to do that. So that's in my weekly emails. Things that they wouldn't necessarily be seeing online because it's personal specials, of course. And then I also focus on the LTOs. Yeah, considered one-to-one combos. Yeah. So I do that a weekly email. Sometimes I slack off and don't send it on Fragrance Friday, as I like to call it. I call it Scentsy Sunday instead. Again, mom life depends on what was going on with my life at the time. But my customers know that that's coming to them and they can keep them up to date as to what's going on. I know that that's working because, again, I see orders from that. I had a couple emails last time I tried. Oh, that's not good. I'd go into your workstation, Lauren, and see if maybe they're bad emails, because it does mark that on the workstation. If you look at the check boxes to the right, it'll check mark if it's a bad email. So double check that. So yeah, so that's gotten me sales too. I know that people are ordering just directly from emails. Previously, going back a moment, going back to the Happy Mail, I know that making samples is not an IPA. However, for me, even without the follow-up, I know that it is causing me to have PRV because I have people who specifically order what's in my mail. So they will specifically order the scent of the month and whatever bonus item I put in there. So I know that I'm getting money from that. So technically, I know that we don't want to call sample making an IPA. In this case, it is an IPA. So that's another way, though, that I'm interacting with them is via email. And another way on social that I interact with them is going into previous parties that I've had and posting about the LTOs. So hopefully that gets people really interested in purchasing Scentsy. And in some cases, I go about trying to recruit people, even though the parties are stale, to host a party of their own. And sometimes the previous host will do a new link as well. And then one last thing that I have found that makes a big difference in my business personally is branding myself. So I will show you guys, and I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Nah, you can't really see. But on my back window, it has Scentsy Independent Consultant on the sticker. It has my name underneath it, and then it has my website address. I've gotten random customers, not from my town, but towns that I've been driving through, that have ordered from me. So that is one way I brand myself. I'm wearing a Scentsy t-shirt right now that I've created on my Cricut. People know me in this town. I live in a small town. I live in a small town in the foothills of Mount Rainier, middle of nowhere, Washington. People know me as the Scentsy lady. There are other Scentsy ladies in the town, but they call me the Scentsy lady because I wear my Scentsy coat. I have a Scentsy t-shirt. My car says Scentsy on it. I want to be the Scentsy lady. Heck yes, call me the Scentsy lady. People know at Halloween I gave out scent circles to the parents that were trick or treating. I made my car sticker on my Cricut. But they do have them on the consultant store too. You can buy them on the consultant store. But people know I gave out scent circles for Halloween. I work at the food bank here in town, and I do need that purple truck. Anyway, I work at the food bank here in town, and people will come in and be like, "So you giving out scent circles for Halloween again?" Like, they know that that's me. So Scentsy is very much me, and I am Scentsy, and Scentsy is me. And I think that makes a big difference in my business. I'm very passionate about Scentsy. I use the products. I show people that I use the products. They know that it's part of my life, and not that I'm just being salesy, because being salesy really doesn't get people anywhere. At least with me, it doesn't get me anywhere. Even at events, people will come into my tent and I'm not all up in their faces. I'll welcome them. I'll tell them they can go ahead and feel free to open up and smell anything they like. But I'm not like that person at the mall that pulls you into the kiosk, and it's like, "Oh, you have to try this," and all up in your face, because I don't like that. So I don't want to be salesy. So if you ever see me on Facebook being salesy, someone call me out, because I don't want to be that person. But anyway, that's about it for me. Hopefully I talked your ears off enough. So yeah, the 5 ways that I, again, interact with my customers are in email, socials, mail, phone, in person. Cover all your bases. All right, any questions? Okay, wait, done.
Yay, see, you made it. You're good. I do want to just add one thing onto what she said. Let me see if I can know this. All of that sounds, did that unpin her for y'all? Or is she still pinned? All of that may sound, and it is simple, right? But she does all those things consistently. So she's sending the email, she's posting every day, warmer and scent of the day. Love that idea. She's consistent in those things. And that is what makes a difference. Like she said, I am Scentsy, Scentsy is me. That's what makes a difference in a consultant, because as you stay a Scentsy consultant, you will hear more and more, "Oh, I used to buy from so-and-so, but I haven't heard from her in a while." Or I don't think she does it anymore. Or, whatever it may be, right? Because that's just part of our business, that it's not for everyone. A lot of people are going to try it, but it's not going to be for everyone. So the people who stick it out are the ones that make that difference. Okay. So a few things I was going to add on to what Jennifer said. Jennifer, thank you so much. That was amazing. I wrote notes. I know everyone else did too. And that's the thing, is hearing from other people really can make a difference and give you an idea that could change your business. You may get your next teamie off a warmer of the day post. Okay. So some of the things that I do that are working in my business right now is I take advantage of those LTOs. And Jennifer mentioned this, that she puts like her Tinkerbell sample in with her Happy Mail. Every time there is an LTO, and I'm not saying that you have to do this, but it is something to consider. Maybe you get 1 or 2 a month, or start small, right? But every single LTO we have, I see that as an opportunity to reach out to my customers, and I purchase every single LTO wax. Okay. I am in a different position in my business than a lot of you, but with that LTO wax, I make samples of it. And it's a lot of samples, and that is not income producing, like she just said, but it can be income producing in what you do with those samples. Okay. So I am behind. Clearly you can see my office. This is just my life right now. But yesterday I bulk sampled. I did, like I said, I'm behind. Don't judge me. Sit of the month. Father's Day, Tinkerbell. I guess that's it. It felt like it was a lot more than that. I don't even know where everything is, but I sampled 4 bars. So that's right. 2 for Father's Day, Sin of the Month, and Tinkerbell. Now, all of those are going to go out to my customers. They're going to go, the felt samplers are going to go in my Happy Mail, same as Jen. And then my local people are going to get the real regular samples in every order, okay, that they get. And yes, these are LTOs, but I also always order extra because I haven't done events in a while, but I do them. But if someone local is like, oh my gosh, I love this scent, and say it's sold out, well, I happen to have it on hand. Now, since he does not want you to keep stock, I'm not saying do that. I'm saying I take advantage of the LTOs because that is a conversation starter with someone. Oh my gosh, did you smell the Tinkerbell scent? Oh my gosh, the Father's Day scents are amazing. Did you let your husband smell them? Okay, those are opportunities for you in your business. So if you're sitting back and you're saying, no one wants to party, no one will talk to me, all those things, LTOs are an opportunity for that. The other part of that is I always have something to give to my customers, okay? That is not necessarily a product. And someone actually, one of my friends mentioned it today, she was like, I have never had a consultant who gives me the branded items that you do. So she was talking about like the rack cards that we do with the samples. And she said, I don't love them all, but one, we always smell them as a family, right? So it's something that they do together, which makes me happy. But she was like, your information's always on there. It's very easy to order. And I've never had someone like give me the scents ahead of time. And that's one of the main things that people want, right? They want to smell it. And so just being able to offer my customers that is a gift. Okay. You can also offer sample packs as a prize, not publicly, but if you're doing a giveaway, you can do a sample pack. Okay. Yes. And LTO is anything that's, I can't read comments and talk at the same time. LTO is a limited time product. So that is, well, Stephanie already said it, so I'm not gonna say it again. It is a limited time product that is not in the catalog. The other part of LTOs is to build that club, right? So if they can't smell it, every single month, my club members get the LTO scents. That is a perk of being in club. They get to smell the scents that they can add to their club. Every single month, I have clubbers add LTO scents to their club because they can smell it, right? And with club, with that being our incentive, part of our incentive right now, I don't want to necessarily say it's passive income because you do work for it. You do get that order eventually. You have to work to get that, and you do have to follow up and still work for it. But months like last month, when it was a little bit slower for me, I had over 500 PRV just from club orders. And that was because I had built it up to that, right? So on those months that I needed that cushion, it was there. It was orders that were already going to come through that I didn't have to worry about. And so that is why the incentive is club, because it can be so much more than it is. Okay. There's so many perks to it. And there's a way that you can talk to people about this without, again, being salesy. So I messaged one of my best customers yesterday. She's not on any social media. She orders every 1 to 2 months, and it's usually between $200 and $400. So she's a really good customer. And I messaged her, and I've put in things about club before, but again, she's not on social media. She does get my emails, but she's never reached out or asked questions about club. And I've never messaged her one-on-one specifically about club. So yesterday I messaged her and just said, hey, like this program was literally made for people like you. She is a big air purifier person, so she gets filters almost every month. And I'm like, you could get those on sale and have them automatically ship. You won't have to continue to make sure you get them in time, and write all the reasons that we know why club is so awesome. And she hasn't signed up yet. I will let you know if she does, because it would be a huge blessing. But having that one-on-one conversation to say, hey, this is made for you. Hey, you could benefit from this. I read a message, and I'll share it in the team page, from my friend Jody, that she sent on a project broadcast, and it said, when you became my customer, I promised that I would always, something along these lines. I promised that I would always like look out for your best interest. And that is me doing this, letting you know about our Scentsy Club program, right? You're getting them the best deal. If they're ordering from you 1 to 3 months, they need to have a club order. There are ways to go about it and call it other things, because some people are like, what is club? I don't want to be a part of any club. I don't like people. I don't want to go to a club. I don't want to dance, whatever they are thinking in their head, right? It's not as scary as it seems. We all know that. We have to let them know that. So calling it a loyalty program, or, oh, there's so much verbiage you could use. But I will say, whatever you may call it, still make a point at some time in the conversation to say Scentsy Club, because that is what the program is called. So if you're saying loyalty program, which is a great thing to get people's interest, you still need to let them know that what they're signing up for is called the Scentsy Club. Because if they go to your website and they're like, I don't see this loyalty program you're talking about, or I don't see whatever it is that you call it, subscribe and save. Yeah. It can get confusing for them. And I actually asked at SSD Summit if we could get the option to build people's clubs for them, just like we can share a cart. It'd be really great if we could build that club and then send it to them for them to check out. We can't do that yet, right? So if we could, it wouldn't matter what we called it. They have to sign up though. So when they're on their website and they're like, oh, I thought you called it a loyalty program, they still need to know that it's called Scentsy Club when they're signing up. So they know what they're signing up for. So they know when they get emails that say Scentsy Club, they know what it is. Okay. I think that's enough about club. But just know that if you aren't being intentional about it, it will not come. If you're not sharing intentionally about Scentsy Club, you're not going to have club members. If you're not having those one-on-one conversations with people, it's not going to happen. If you're not including that in your emails, you're not going to have club members, right? So if you want something, you have to be intentional about getting it. Brittany shared today in the leaders page. She's sharing it in her VIP page. She's sharing it in her store. She's literally sharing it everywhere, right? Because that's her focus. So wherever energy goes, that's where it's gonna flourish. Obviously I always have to throw in the parties. Now, just like Jen said, they are hit or miss right now. Like, it happens. It's just part of our business. The last one I had is a flop. It had maybe 15 people in it. The one I'm in now is popping. People are interacting. It's nice and refreshing. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but just being able to interact with people online again is really nice. You're going to have those up and downs of parties. And that's why you don't just book a minimum of 2 or 3 or whatever it is that you think is everyone's going to qualify. Right now, that's not happening. Okay. For most people, I will say. The other fun thing that I do see income from is called a brag tag. So that is, I actually just updated these, but it's just a thing I put in literally every single order, whether it's mailed or given. It just says, love your order, snap share tag. This was shared in the Canva group, if you're in there. And then it just says, snap share tag on Instagram and Facebook, and I have my information. You'll be entered in a monthly drawing for a gift from me. And if they do that, they get entered for a prize. And every month I do a drawing. I put it in quotes because I usually don't do a drawing. I just randomly pick, or have the boys randomly pick. Yeah, see, Sylvia won it before. And I'll just send them usually a small product, whether it be a car bar, scent circle, dryer disc, something usually that's smaller, and say, thanks for bragging on me. Why? Because that gets interest from other people. Oh my gosh, I love that warmer. I will probably say 75% of the time when someone shares something in their brag tag, if it's a product, I will get at least one order from it, because their friend's like, oh my gosh, my friend loves this. I love this. Why shouldn't I order it? Right. The child warmer, that went kind of crazy because one of my customers tagged me in that, and was on a crazy deal. Right. So those can go far, and it's fun to see who wins each month. What does that say? I don't even know what that says. Lead orders. Oh, I know what that means. Last month also, thankfully, I got a lot of PWS orders. So if you're a lead consultant above and you're paid at title, you will show up in the consultant search on our PWS. That means if someone goes to Scentsy.com, they're going to assign them, or they can pick a consultant to purchase from. And that's an opportunity to build a new customer. That's just like meeting someone on the street that says, hey, I want to order that mermaid warmer from you that y'all have, right? It's an opportunity for you to build a customer with that person. You have their phone number, you have their email, and you have their address. You should be using those. So you should be sending them their happy mail. Sometimes I get a little weirded out and I don't put my return address on there if they're not answering me, but I still like to send them some type of thank you, let them know I appreciate it. I always tag them, text them or email them to say thank you and just send them the link to my VIP page and ask how their stuff is. Okay. So being a leader has more perks than just the paycheck side of it. Okay. And that's all I had. Those are the things that are really working that aren't specifically leadership specific, because there is a lot more to the business than those things. But as far as sales or building your team, we're not going to talk so much about the building your team part because this is our team meeting. If we want to talk leadership stuff, we'll talk on the leaders side in that meeting. All righty. Did I miss anything? Okay. All right. Let's do popcorn really fast. I'm going to do 3 people. So Jen, why don't you pick someone to start and we'll do 3.
Steph Schroeder.
Who is it?
Stephanie Schroeder.
It's
Stephanie.
me. Ah. Oh my gosh. I just got out of the shower, so I don't. Fine, I'll show my face. I work super early tomorrow, so I'm like, just gotta show you. Will hear Veggie Tales in the background as well, so sorry about that. Oh. Okay, so what am I supposed to talk about? Stuff that's working in my business?
Yeah, either something that's working in your business or something that you learned tonight or are going to try, or yeah.
I just loved seeing Jen's face. We don't always get to see Jen's face. She hides all the time. I just love you, and it was so fun to see you and hear you. So thank you so much for doing it. I think that I am going to be more intentional in my VIP group with posting different things. I've been meaning to do it, but I just haven't yet. And I think Jen inspired me to do that. I've seen some trainings on kind of what people do in their VIP groups that are super successful. And I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't yet. And so since it's working for so well for Jen, I think I might try it out and maybe do some scheduling, because I'm really bad about posting consistently in my VIP group, and my VIP group is amazing. I get a lot, even if they don't interact or like my posts are seen a lot in my VIP group. So I need to take advantage of that. They're my people, and they're always looking at my stuff. So I think what I'm going to do, and what Jen inspired me to do, is a little bit more intentional scheduling of VIP posts, and not just, here's this LTO, here's this collection coming out, things like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So thanks, Jen. Love you. Love seeing your face. Okay, how about let's hear from Lauren.
Okay, I'm like, I have to figure out how to do this. Okay, hi guys. I still kind of consider myself new to the group because I've only been with you for a few months. But just as far as something that I want to get better with doing is probably the emailing. I put in the comments, like I was having trouble with it. Previously it was fine. I did like the Google Docs or whatever thing, and then did the copy paste, and it went out and it was great. And then for whatever reason, I tried the end of April to send an email for like all the new things coming in May. And I tried sending a test one to myself. I tried sending it to my mom. I just like, and nothing was like going out. So I didn't contact support. I thought about it, but then I was like, oh, I don't know. I'll just give it time. But I haven't gone back and tried that again. But I know that I have some customers that like a few other people said, they're not always on Facebook. I'm a huge Facebook and Instagram person, but not everybody is. So I think that's somewhere that I really need to focus like my attention and get, even if it's just keeping in touch with those people that have already like purchased from me, but maybe they don't see my daily posts and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I need to follow up with. Okay, what do I do now?
You can, we'll pick one more person and they can share.
Okay.
And I was having issues with email last week too. I tried Safari, Google, Firefox, literally everything, and it just came down to I kept resending it and resending it and resending it and eventually sent. So you're not alone in that.
Okay, I'll try it again. Okay, I would like to hear from Amber, because I know she's been super successful recently. So any tips from Amber Parker?
Can't hear you. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Let me see. There you go.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So my PRV plummeted. I think I hit SS3 and I got what I wanted, and then my personal life was flipped upside down, and if I cry, I'm so sorry. And I just was not focused.
It's okay.
So I'm really trying hard to find motivation and to really try to follow up and party. I haven't had a party in like 3 weeks. So just really trying to get better. I was really good at sharing Cincy with everyone and showing my joy for Cincy. It's just been hard for me recently. So yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. So here's the thing. Cincy is going to be here whenever what you're going through personally is done. So that is one of the best things about the business is we don't ever want to necessarily put our kit down and stop working in our business, but Cincy's going to be there when it's done. And so you have to take care of you and your family first, and your health, your mental health, all of that. And you also, like you just said, like you gave me chills. You hit Sensational Start 3. Like she earned SFR for free. Like you did a lot. You're probably tired.
My friends are probably tired.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like that's where we have to get outside of our little circle of friends. But one thing that Amber is really good at, and it's because I'm in there, she's really good at her VIP page as well. Amber gets a lot of interaction on her VIP page. She's been really consistent with posting in there, and she doesn't just post Cincy in her VIP page. So it's almost like her little own personal page that she gets her to know her customers, and her customers get to know her better too.
Yeah, and I tried really hard to continue to at least post, even though like personally I've been struggling.
Yep.
I haven't been posting daily, but I have been trying to post at least every couple days. And like you said, personal, baseball, whatever's going on in my life, and then Cynthia as well. More LTOs than anything, but I really like Jen's Scent and Warmer idea. I think that that's great, and I do think I will implement that. So thank you, Jen, for sharing.
Yeah. And, oh, that thought just left my head. I will say that I didn't even notice that you weren't posting every day. And I mean, I've been actively watching, not stalking, but watching your page. So just know that,
That's what you do, though.
you know,
You're a good SSD.
but people they're watching you and they know that you're successful. So know that you have to take care of you. Do not be sorry. Do not apologize. And know that we are here for more than just the business too. So take your break, recoup yourself, and then come back when you're ready. So don't feel like you're failing or anything like that because of personal things.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, of course. Of course, guys. So we're gonna close it out with that. I hope this was helpful. Jen, thank you again. I appreciate you more than you know. I love y'all more than just a business. I hope you know that. And we'll see you guys soon. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.